One Zambia, one nation, and welcome to Zanis News. The headlines. First family donates to Dundumwezi. Chiefs back President Hichilema's unitary state coup. Zambia-Tanzania Joint Permanent Commission opens in Zanzibar. Plus, Eastern Province chiefs commend government for relief maize distribution. I'm Trust Bemba with Zanis News in detail. People of Dundumwezi constituency in Kalomo district of Southern Province have received various assorted items from the First Family. United Party for National Development Chairman General for Special Duties, William Banda, presented the items on behalf of the First Family over the weekend. Here is a report.
The First Family has donated various items in the 8 wards of Dundumwezi constituency in Kalomo district. The items, worth thousands of kwachas, include ordinary chitenge materials, t-shirts, mattresses, umbrellas, and a wheelchair and crutches. Chairman General for Special Duties to the President, William Banda, made the donation of the items at Kasukwe School over the weekend.
Officially, I'm handing over to the provincial chairman, provincial charity, the district commissioner, the mayor, the wheelchair, so that it officially goes to our sister or our mother. Me and my colleague, we are handing them over to the provincial chairman, who will in turn hand them over to the right people.
We are able to give you or to contribute to the dormitory 50 mattresses. We'll give you mattresses are ready.
The residents are happy with this donation. And Kalomo UPND District Chairperson, Mwemba Mwamvwa, thanked the First Family for assisting people of Dundumwezi constituency.
Those who are disabled, even wheelchairs, and crutches. Party officials. Korumba maningi obombotu yanda ali obombotu yea iwamba kupati pamoja iba tuba Dundumwezi iba na Kalomo district barumba maningi kumwasho wa first lady leza wapelora aluba ingi haba saba akupona.
Martin Mashekwa, Zanis, Kalomo in Southern Province.
Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Mwetwa says the formation of United Kwacha Alliance by some opposition political parties is an indication that there is widened democratic space in the country. Mr. Mwetwa says government is happy that the political landscape in the country for political parties to form alliance without interference from anyone is conducive. He was speaking during the media briefing in Lusaka today, where he encouraged political parties to go ahead and register the alliance and assured them of no interference. The minister has urged political parties to be ambassadors of goodwill as they are free to speak their minds, but urged them to offer proper checks and balances as opposed to unnecessary criticism. On the issue of Balose land, Mr. Mwetwa stated that government is handling the matter diplomatically and there is no division in the country to that effect. He observed that Zambia has been and will continue to be a unitary state, adding that the constituency of Zambia will continue to bind the nation together as it is a supreme law of the land.
We would like to place on record as government that we welcome the formation of the United Kwacha Alliance. This is a living testament that the democratic space in this country, Zambia, is ever widening. The creation of this United Kwacha Alliance is an indictment that the citizens of this country are fully enjoying their freedoms, particularly the freedom and right to freedom of association. We therefore want to take this opportunity to indicate that government will not stand on the way of the United Kwacha Alliance in its formation and registration processes for as long as they meet the legal requirements of the land. We, as government, have no interest whatsoever to halt the progress of the UKA in their tracks. So they can go ahead to register their party, and the party in government has no interest whatsoever other than appreciating that the democratic space in this country is widening. We are also happy to note that this particular political party alliance comes in at a time when the same people who are forming this party have been alleging shrinking democratic space in this country. And quite contrary, their own actions have shown that the democratic space in this country is expanding, because actions speak louder than words.
Also in the news, some traditional leaders in Northwestern Province have backed President Hakainde Hichilema's call to maintain Zambia as a unitary state. Speaking when Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Mchima called on Senior Chief Kapijimpanga of Solwezi and Senior Chief Ntambu of Mwinilunga districts, the traditional leaders said any attempts aimed at dividing the country should not be supported. Here is the report.
Some traditional leaders in Northwestern Province have backed President Hakainde Hichilema's call to maintain Zambia as a unitary state. Speaking when Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Mchima separately called on them at their palaces, both Senior Chief Kapijimpanga of Solwezi and Senior Chief Ntambu of Mwinilunga districts said any attempts aimed at dividing the country by any group should not be entertained.
Zambia is a unitary state, and we want to believe anyone else who is within the map, the boundaries of Zambia, is part and parcel of the unitary state. Are we all going to ask for our piece of the nation? Is that what we're looking for? I'm not sure about that one. So I can only encourage that the people of Zambia must rally behind this president, and we must rally behind this nation, and that we all remain the one Zambia, one nation.
In my view, this issue of Barosland, a government fear you create let us go for a referendum to finish it once and for all. Let us foster prosperity in this country, unity of purpose for everybody. This country belongs to everybody, to all of us Zambians.
Northwestern Province, M1 byajikuba kunyuma kubasha kurubetu byoba ambirenga koko kunyuma na mambo abalozland ate batwaita babeka twaita balesa wa muyuru mujishina ja Yesu namba kino kyaruke kya Zambia, one Zambia, one nation. We ought to offer in Africa.
And Lands and Natural Resources Minister Elijah Mchima says the vision of President Hakainde Hichilema is to see a united country devoid of divisions.
President Hakainde has an agenda. His trajectory is to unite this country. Every province has 3 representatives at the cabinet, has representative at the permanent secretary level. He's not vindictive. People with founding officers are still there. And he's trying to bring everybody. He found completely empty coffers, but he's struggling. The little which is there is going through the centralization, and the impact is great.
Recently, Economic Front President Winter Kavimba said the Barosland Agreement was terminated in 1969 by way of a constitutional amendment, and its effect ceased to exist. Zanis reports in Northwestern Province.
Ikeleng Member of Parliament Elijah Mchima has handed over a 1x3 classroom block at Chifwafwa Primary School. The school has been constructed using the Constituency Development Fund at a cost of 1.1 million kwacha. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament has also bought block books for all enrolling grade 1 pupils at all the 44 primary schools in his constituency. Here is a report.
These are the main types of schools which were left behind by the previous government. However, the situation is changing for the better under the current leadership, which has prioritized development for all under the increased Constituency Development Fund, which currently stands at 30.6 million kwacha. Ikeleng Member of Parliament Elijah Mchima has since handed over a 1x3 classroom block at Chifwafwa Primary School, constructed at a total cost of 1.1 million kwacha.
Nami Debs, Ami MP nadinga nei, muyaka ya muya PF, shazatikanga. Ankani shirenuku unkanisha kwenda na Debs, ankani shirenuku ya kudikwejima. Ichina tabi chuna kwendera hamo. Ulama ni tumina sukita kurumbroko. Di mwashira haka yinde na kujisakirira. Nindi vote yenu. So
much is being done by government, the Honorable Minister, giving us classrooms, giving us desks, giving us teachers within this short space of time. So we shall have no excuse.
The MP has also bought books for all enrolled in grade 1 pupils at all the 44 primary schools within the constituency.
A grade 1 was a grade 1. We killing mwejima. A grade 1. Naturally nikanda. Ma books. Muna kutia? Awakata tika amani. Wasi kuranda mkanda kuna ayuteli jisu.
We continue to appreciate your government. We are equally a beneficiary of the national cake. And this is exactly what we are witnessing here. A modern school constructed in an area that people never expected would have such infrastructure.
The school authorities are happy with this development.
As you have earlier heard, we had the challenges in terms of classroom accommodation. With the coming of this block, beautiful, we are really thankful to the government of the day.
The commissioned school comes with all the necessary infrastructure such as desks and electricity, which was recently taken to the school by the area MP. Currently, Ikeleng constituency has 5,000 desks waiting to be delivered to the schools, which are yet to be commissioned. Zanis reports in Ikeleng.
Kitwe district on the Copperbelt province over the weekend recorded 71 cholera cases and 1 death. Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana, who paid a courtesy call on the District Commissioner, Lawrence Mwanza, directed his office to work with the council to ensure that people stop drinking contaminated water from the identified sources. Mr. Kawana, who later toured radio stations, urged them not to allow people to use their platforms to divide the country through hate speech. Details in this report.
As government seems to have won the fight against cholera, Kitwe has recorded an upsurge in positive cases. Over the weekend, the district recorded 71 cases and 1 death. Minister of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Tabo Kawana has since directed Kitwe District Commissioner to work with Kitwe City Council to bury all shallow wells and ensure that people in the affected areas are provided with clean water.
So your office is coordinating office and seat of government in this district, and therefore it goes without saying that you ought to coordinate all the stakeholders, private sector and public sector, to pull together and ensure that we get down to the root cause, which you have already identified as contaminated water down there. So we need to get our people to first stop consuming the contaminated water, identify the sources, chlorinate them so that we make it safer, but also at the same time adhere to the presidential directive that we shall not continue to have shallow wells in our communities. And therefore, using your stakeholders, you can mobilize a few tanks here and there, even through DMMU, so that you can take out clean drinking water to our people in the tanks, using your bowsers and all. As a temporary measure, one is to look at, firstly, we bury the shallow wells, and the other sources that we cannot get rid of, we chlorinate them. So it is an effort that you quickly need to move in.
Kitwe District Commissioner Lawrence Mwanza highlights the cholera situation in the district.
In cholera, which is started going up the cases as of today, we can talk about 71 cases, and according to the reports, there are some, we recorded one day and 60 were discharged, just one day, and that was also a protein day from the Sakire to identify the areas where we started receiving these cholera cases. The Sakire is it's leading, Chisokon is one of them, which Kamitondo, and Itusukilo and Bulangirilo and part of Ndeke village. Those are the areas that we initially we didn't have a number of cases. We just received about 2-3, but of late, the past 2 days now, we had 71. But good enough, 60 were discharged. So the protein day, these people, cholera is with us here because most of these people are not now reporting to the health facilities. It becomes a challenge for us to know who's got the virus. And the water sample that was picked from Usakele, showing that it's contaminated. I think they are dead.
And speaking ahead of the World Radio Day commemorations as he toured selected radio stations in Kitwe, Mr. Kawana warned radio stations against allowing people to use their platforms to divide the nation through hate speech.
So I think what is there is to say what we are saying to all the media houses in the country, that we want to practice responsible journalism. Ours is a mandate that is tripartite, that is to entertain, educate, and inform the people. And therefore, the kind of information that we churn out must be a very responsible information. And we shouldn't allow unscrupulous people to come onto our airwaves and try and divide the nation, begin to preach hatred, tribal hatred, hate speech, divide the nation. We shouldn't allow people to do that on our airwaves. And this is one radio station that I can confidently say that does not allow that.
And radio station managers took advantage.
Going forward, we'd like to expand our coverage. Going into Lusaka, going into also Northwestern Province. If that is allowable, so we can be very grateful. We've been applying to IBA, but it has been very difficult. So, so I think we are looking forward to expand our coverage.
We've been in business for 1 year and 9 months. We are lucky that one of the challenges has been addressed, which is duty-free.
Mr. Kawana is on a familiarization tour of selected radio stations on the Copper Belt. Lizzie Ngobeka reporting for Zanis in Kitwe.
We continue with the news. Government is constructing the first ever nursing and midwifery school in Sanford district of Luapula province. Betsheba Katebe reports that learning institution is being constructed at a cost of over 899,000 kwacha under the Constituency Development Fund.
The construction of Bangolo Nursing and Midwifery School in Sanford district is progressing well. At least 80% of works have been done. Speaking when he inspected the facility, Sanford District Health Director Kadson Kabwe says once the new nursing school is completed, it will help in addressing the challenge of low staffing level.
I think this nursing school is a game changer for us, especially the District Health Office, as will be, I think, training our local student, because what used to happen in the past, you find that the people that were employed were coming from other catchment area, other districts and other provinces. So to have such a beautiful nursing school, for us we are very, very happy, because we are going to give priority to the locals. This will actually help us in terms of beefing up the staffing level that we have in the district. I think we have quite a number of new facilities that are coming up under CDF. And we hope that once those facilities are done, we'll have students, or we'll have staff that can actually be produced from this nursing school.
Samfya Town Council Chairperson James Kapilila was also part of the team that inspected the construction of Bangoulu Nursing and Midwifery School.
So we're delighted to have this facility almost getting completed. This is the first facility that we'll have that speaks to the tertiary needs of this district. The district currently is boasting of having 32 health facilities are dotted across the district, and to that, some of those facilities are in the far-flung areas, others are in the wetlands, in the swamps. So it becomes difficult for our colleagues that are coming, that are born and bred in Lusaka, to be brought straight from Lusaka into our facilities that are in the swamps or in the plains. So this school is actually going to speak to us.
Barton Longwe is Bashon Engineering and Construction Director, the company that has been contracted to build the nursing school.
We are thankful for the government and Samfya Council for giving us this job. So the job really is about the construction of 2 classroom blocks, an ablution block and an administration block in the first phase. I think going by what we've done so far, we can say that we are between 75 and 80%. Most of what we're doing now are finishes.
Betre Bakatebe reporting for Zanis News in Samfya District in Wapla Province.
In other news, Canadian High Commissioner to Zambia, Kylie Nunes, has reaffirmed his country's commitment to supporting the mining operations in Zambia to attain a sustainable mining industry. Mr. Nunes is optimistic that the continued partnership between the two countries will significantly boost the Zambia's economic growth. He said a delegation from the Canadian companies have been attending the mining Indaba in Cape Town, South Africa, and decided to visit Zambia to familiarize with the mining operations. Mr. Nunes said this when he paid a courtesy call on Northwestern Province Permanent Secretary Colonel Glanson Katambi in Solwezi today. He added that a number of companies in Canada are keen in supporting mining operations that will grow trade relations between the two countries. And Provincial Permanent Secretary Colonel Katambi said the province is endowed with minerals and is now competing with the Copper Belt. He said apart from mining activities being undertaken in the province, there is need for strengthening agricultural production to improve food security in the country.
So I'm accompanying a delegation led by our Mining Trade Services Association, and some of my objectives are to see firsthand the mining operations here and what Canada has a very strong policy objective of supporting responsible business conduct. And so we're very interested in sustainable mining.
In terms of numbers, I think this is the province that is actually endowed with a lot of mineral resource. We have got quite a number of them, and all of them dotted in all chiefdoms here. As you know, we operate through the chiefdom thing.
Permanent Secretary under the Ministry of Defense, Norman Chipakupaku, has called on Tanzania and Zambia to come up with strategies that will enable both countries address mutual security concerns. Mr. Chipakupaku was speaking during the official opening of the second session of the Tanzania-Zambia Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security at Hotel Verde in Zanzibar, Tanzania today. Details in this report.
The second session of the Tanzania-Zambia Joint Permanent Commission on Defense and Security has started in Zanzibar, Tanzania. The Zambian delegation, led by Permanent Secretary under the Ministry of Defense, Norman Chipakupaku, are in attendance. Mr. Chipakupaku, in his opening remarks, has called on both countries to come up with strategies to address mutual security concerns.
As we begin the officials' meeting, I wish to appeal to you all to deliberate freely so that we can find better strategies to enable us address our mutual security concerns. Too many of them in the region. For me, one of them is the Tazama pipeline to make sure that it's secure. Our two countries have continued to face various national crimes, including smuggling, human and drug trafficking, as well as illegal migration. You will agree with me, Chair, that, that smuggling has, for a long, long time, continued to rob us of the much-needed revenue. Therefore, let us all ensure that we come up with recommendations that will help us put measures to fight this vice for the benefit of our economies.
Tanzania Permanent Secretary under the Ministry of Defense and National Service, Faraji Mnyepe, says the Joint Permanent Commission is aimed at cementing some of the issues of bilateral cooperation between the two countries.
Honorable Permanent Secretary and delegates, recently the United Republic of Tanzania and the Republic of Zambia have signed 4 agreements during the state visit of Tanzania President, Her Excellency Dr. Zanis to Zambia through bilateral arrangements. Moreover, the United Republic of Tanzania and the Republic of Zambia will be conducting military training through the signed agreements.
The second session is being held at Hotel Verde in Zanzibar. Peggy Gutinyu, Zanis News, Zanzibar, Tanzania.
Traditional leaders from Eastern Province have commended government for the effective distribution relief maize to hunger-stricken households in the province. Chief Sairi of the Ngoni people in Chipata district has confirmed that the affected families have started receiving their supplies. Speaking during the 10th preparatory meeting of the 2024 Nchwala ceremony held at Mutenguleni, the chief said the traditional leadership in the province appreciates the immediate intervention that government has made to address the situation. However, Chief Sairi appealed to government to consider increasing the supply of the relief as the affected households are many.
Kenejeni njabuti kuoneka munga tucheka tuziva orokuti toga ungoze pazeka kosereshe kutasoroleko kuti vanhu avatambidzi mulirimo muliko konso nyamikire ngosi yamagosi kuti yekambako koso kuchoka pamawo vawo boma yetimbwa kuti toyambako kuwerapo kumasungu kuta.
Government has reiterated its commitment to all Zambians have equal opportunities regardless of their status. Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa said this at Mulambwa Primary School in Mongo during an interaction meeting with the differently abled members of the Zambia cluster on child development, health and nutrition. Project drawn from 5 districts in the province. Here is a report.
The differently abled sometimes feel excluded on certain issues related to their status. Therefore, it is necessary to address their concerns and find solutions. In this regard, the Zambia Cluster on Child Development, Health and Nutrition Project has convened a meeting for the differently abled where they aired out their grievances and made suggestions. Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa attended the meeting and expressed his support.
All of us are equal. We don't want to leave anyone behind in terms of social services, in terms of human rights, in terms of anything. We want facilities to be available to all people equally. We also want to include differently abled people in everything that we do.
Speaking earlier, Zambia Cluster on Child Development, Health and Nutrition Project Chairperson Juliet Musasachingi highlighted some of the grievances faced by the differently abled individuals.
Under education, we have prolonged acting of teachers with disabilities on administrative positions, shortage of specialized teachers, inaccessible inconvenience rooms in the health facility, needs for sign language interpreters in all health facilities.
Meanwhile, a differently abled Saela Mletambo revealed that learning has gone down in Western Province, citing Sefula Combined School, while Abraham Sitali proposed for the introduction of monthly disability living allowances.
Former Sefula School for the Blind, Baba Saboni,
please, we are giving it to you that you see how persons with disabilities, we are finding a challenge in our province or in our districts.
Zambia Cluster on Child Development, Health and Nutrition Project is operating from Kalabo, Senanga, Kaoma, Mongu and Limlunga districts, and its main area of focus is on the welfare of differently abled children. The project has since constructed early childhood education centers in its districts of operation where children were not able to reach schools. Ikacha Nasindala, Zanis in Mongu, Western Province.
Construction of a mortuary and incinerator at Tendele District Level 1 Hospital in Mafinga District of Muchinga Province has been completed. The contractor handed over the infrastructure and the generator set, which have cost government over 800,000 kwacha under the 2022 Constituency Development Fund allocation. Miriam Kumwenda filed in this report. Government has commissioned some Constituency Development Fund structures and equipment at Tendele District Hospital Level 1 in Mafinga District of Muchinga Province. The commissioned projects include a mortuary, an incinerator, and an industrial genset whose works have been done using the Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation.
This CDF could not have come at the time better than this. We just want to thank to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia. Let's guard this facility jealously because it has been constructed at some colossal sum of amounts. This hospital has now a full bed capacity, an ultrasound, the X-ray machine.
Both the Provincial Health Director for Muchinga, Dr. David Swear, and Local Government and Rural Development Provincial Officer Adam Jere witnessed the launch.
Thank you so much, Langa, sincerely, to this wonderful gesture that you've given the Minister of Health.
Allow me to reaffirm our continued support as a Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to all the sub-sectors that are extremely important to the development of our people here in Mafinga.
The traditional leadership and residents have thanked government for the development.
I'm here to witness the opening of our mortuary. From the look of things, where I've seen it around, it looks nice.
We are now happy because we are not going to be in a hurry to bury.
At this time that government has brought us this mortuary, we are grateful to President Hakainde Hichilema for this development. May he continue with the same spirit.
The Kasama Municipal Council has embarked on a dog cropping exercise due to increase in the number of dog bites in the district. Council Assistant Public Relations Manager Charity Chaiwila says the exercise, which started last week, has seen the local authority crop about 40 dogs. Ms. Chaiwila says the local authority is mandated to control stray dogs to safeguard people's lives.
So far we have killed about 44 dogs. And the reason to why the local authority is doing this is because this is our mandate as a local authority. We've always spoken to the community to ensure that those that are keeping dogs should vaccinate, register, and confine their dogs in their yard. So in as much as dogs can be of security, but if they are not kept well, they can be very harmful to the community.
Ine funinga mwana bale stafe wino. Kantumbwa simosenda fie chendende. Elwembwa ile nde chendende taisi bikuwa mwine ngasuma omuntu. Timochila bwafya sana. Pakutilimbi mufwa omwine wambu alo limbi mwana kwa tobulwele. Elo limbi abantu ko batita ko tinapa kumo ko limbi ngamusuma. Tamane nenda masakushitomuti. So ape mineba kanso pakola paembwa ine tinachimona kwa tilife bwino.
Chipata District Retired Teachers Association Chairperson Emmanuel Sakala has commended the government for employing 37,000 teachers across the country. Mr. Sakala says the employment of teachers will improve efficiency and quality of the education. Mr. Sakala said this when his association paid a courtesy call on Eastern Province Education Officer Brandy Malambo. Meanwhile, Mr. Malambo commended the Retirees Association, pledging that his office will keep an open door policy for interactions aimed at improving the education sector.
So, we would like to thank the government for employing 37,000 teachers. During my time when I was head teacher, I had a problem with the staffing. But this time it shouldn't be an excuse. 37,000 teachers in 2 years is not a joke. No. Which means teachers will deliver quality education. After we received the grade 12 results, we were so delighted that we thought we should come and meet you.
And the results that we are seeing are not about Malambo, no. It's about considered efforts. Everybody in Eastern Province has come on board to ensure our learners get what they deserve at the end of the day. And it's for that reason that I am repeatedly saying thank you to you parents, because you have played a major role. We cannot talk about good results if there are no children in our schools learning. And for children to be available in our schools, it takes a parent. It takes a good parent to escort those learners to school, to ensure these learners are well fed. So we are partners in this. And allow me to thank my government. I've heard you talk about our officers under standards and evaluation, under standards assessment and evaluation director that are able to get to learning institutions to monitor, to see how my teachers, our teachers are working. The plus must go to government, because as things are now, there is more money towards that unit, towards that directorate. Government wants the science officers to be mobile. And that's the reason why you have heard Chama getting a new vehicle. That's the reason why you have heard funding has been increased. The idea is the science officers must spend 2 days in the office writing reports in a week. 3 days, they must be out there gathering data.
A metal fabricator in Choma district of Southern Province has employed 16 youths after obtaining a youth empowerment loan that enabled him to extend his business. This success story of the Youth Empowerment Fund has impressed Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts, Elvis Nkandu. More in this report.
Billy Chisanga, a Choma-based youth who obtained a youth empowerment loan in January 2023, has grown his metal fabrication business to a level where he now employs 16 other youths.
Eloni yandigwashiriya maningi gambo ndakwanisha kuchita nzeji kuchita employ mayouths benzuma winda kuti kaba byo munzomu mukomboni kunwa byo at least bajana ko something. Yiswa bere 16.
Minister of Youth, Sport and Arts, Elvis Nkandu, visited Chisanga's business premises in Choma district and was impressed that government programs meant to empower the youth are bearing fruit.
Imagine if it wasn't him, what would those 16 would have been doing?
in the compound, it would have been something else. So these are the people that we need to be helping, especially as young as he is. Who knows, the sky may not be the limit for him. These are the billionaires of tomorrow. So as you progress, please make sure that you also employ more young people and also pay them handsomely so that them also could benefit from this money that is coming from government. Otherwise,
And Southern Province Minister Credo Nanjua wants the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Arts to help youth entrepreneurs know the statutory obligations that they need to adhere to as their businesses grow.
We wouldn't want to have a situation whereby tomorrow either ZRA, NAPSA walks in and close him out because he has not been compliant. It's just now that all the players in the program pay attention to these young people. They come and help them. What are the obligations that they need to do and how they are supposed to do.
Zanis reports in Choma District, Southern Province.
As we end the news, a reminder of the top stories. First family donates to Dundumwezi. Chiefs back President Hichilema's unitary state coup. Zambia-Tanzania Joint Permanent Commission opens in Zanzibar. Plus, Eastern Province Chiefs commend government for relief maize distribution. Well, that's all we had for you from our news desk. On behalf of the entire Zanis crew, I've been your presenter, Trust Pemba. Goodbye.